Hey, welcome to It's Factor Football. Let's take a look at my NFL power rankings, starting from last to first. Number 32, Miami Dolphins. Devon Achan is electric, and I do think Malik Willis can play, but will anyone else step up on the offense? I have high hopes for rookie wide receiver Chris Bell, but he's coming off a serious injury. 31, Arizona Cardinals. Jeremiah Love and Trey McBride are promising, and there's some players to like on the defense, including Josh Sweat, Will Johnson, and Walter Nolan III, but they have a big question mark at quarterback, a new head coach, and are in the toughest division in football. 30, New York Jets. The Jets had a fantastic draft, but nobody wins the Super Bowl in the offseason. Is Aaron Glenn the right head coach for this team, and how much will they get out of the quarterback position? 29, Las Vegas Raiders. Clint Kubiak's main job will be to develop Fernando Mendoza and tailor the offense to his strengths. Brock Bowers and Max Crosby are great, and I think Ashton Genty will be. There's just too many holes on this roster, and it's a tough division. I don't expect too much in 2026. 28, Tennessee Titans. I like Cam Ward, and I think he can play. The Titans added Wandale Robinson and Carnell Tate. They also brought in Brian Dayball to be the new offensive coordinator, which I like for the Titans. 27, Cleveland Browns. Yes, they traded away Myles Garrett, but got a very nice player in Jared Verse and added some more draft picks. Todd Munkin is the new head coach, and the Browns are coming off a very active offseason. I'm not sold on Shedeur Sanders, but there's quite a few pieces on this team. 26, Atlanta Falcons. Bijan Robinson is a star, and Drake London is a legit number one wide receiver, but there's still questions at quarterback. I'm lower on the Falcons than most. 25, Indianapolis Colts. They had a good run early on with Danny Dimes, but he's injured, and they have a big question mark at quarterback. Maybe Anthony Richardson turns it on this year. They traded away Michael Pittman Jr., and Alec Pierce may be slow to start the season. I have my concerns. 24, New Orleans Saints. The Saints added key pieces to their offense in Travis Etienne and Jordan Tyson. Tyler Shuck showed promise last year, but there's still questions on the defense, and we could be another year or two away yet. At 23, Washington Commanders. They were considered a team on the rise just 2 years ago under a healthy Jaden Daniels. Well, he's at least healthy for now, but I'm not sure they have enough offensive weapons. 22, New York Giants. They get an A plus for their offseason, hiring their new head coach and with their draft, but will it produce instant results or will it take a couple of years? 21, Carolina Panthers. This team is a tough one to rank for me. I think Dave Canales is a solid head coach, and I love their draft, but this feels like a make or break year for quarterback Bryce Young. At 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They head into the season led by Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. They made some nice offseason moves on the offensive side of the ball, trading for Michael Pittman Jr., Rico Dowdle, and drafting Gurmy Bernard. At number 19, the Minnesota Vikings. They have an elite coaching staff in KOC and Brian Flores, but do they have a quarterback? At 18, Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not as high on the Jags as most. They had a great season last year, but I do expect a step back for the Jags in 2026. At 17, Dallas Cowboys. They have a potent offense and a team that made improvements to their defense in the offseason, but will it be enough? 16, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have a lot of pieces on offense, and I love their first round draft pick. They are in a weak division, but can the Bucks take the next step and find playoff success? 15, Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes will most likely be slow to start the season after coming off a serious knee injury, and there's concerns with Rishi Rice. Travis Kelsey, of course, is another year older, but they do have a Hall of Fame head coach, and they did draft well. At 14, Cincinnati Bengals. They sure tried adding to their defense this offseason, and we'll see if it works. But of course, it mostly comes down to if Joe Burrow stays healthy or not. 13, Green Bay Packers. They're a solid team, but not spectacular. Outside of Micah Parsons, who's coming off a serious knee injury, they don't really have a knockout punch. 12. Los Angeles Chargers. Their old line should be back intact, and they are loaded with weapons. Their defense can be league average. Look out. Number 11, Chicago Bears. The Bears are a team on the rise with the right coaching fit and plenty of talent on offense. They finally got the best of Green Bay last season, earning a big playoff win. Expectations should be high in Chicago. Number 10, Philadelphia Eagles. They have a top 3 roster on paper, but they seem to be lacking chemistry. Is the A.J. Brown trade actually addition by subtraction? Number 9, Houston Texans. This defense is Super Bowl ready, and I'm in on C.J. Stroud as a franchise quarterback. If this team finds a reliable run game, nobody's going to want to play the Texans this year. Number 8, Baltimore Ravens. I love Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and yes, the Ravens drafted well once again. The defense is loaded with talent, but they do head into 2026 with a new head coach. At number 7, San Francisco 49ers. The Niners have some star power in CMC, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Dre Greenlaw, and Fred Warner. I'm a big fan of head coach Kyle Shanahan and believe he'll get the most out of this group, but it still feels like a team with some holes on the roster. At number 6, New England Patriots. There's a lot to like in New England. A young franchise quarterback, explosive playmakers, and the right fit at head coach. But they will have to contend with the Buffalo Bills, and we'll see if the offseason news has any effect on the team this season. At number 5, Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in football, and the Bills have been knocking on the door for what feels like the last 5 years. Is wide receiver DJ Moore enough to put them over the edge? Number 4, Seattle Seahawks. This might feel low for the defending Super Bowl champions, but they did lose some key pieces such as Kenneth Walker III, Riq Woolen, Boya Mafe, and Kobe Bryant. This will still be a well-coached team and a tough team, but I think they take a step back. And number 3, the Detroit Lions. They have an elite offense, they have the right coach and quarterback, and their defense can only be healthier this year. If you combine 2023 and 2024, their win-loss record is 27-7. That's the type of team I expect in 2026. And number 2, Denver Broncos. If Bo Nix is healthy, even mostly healthy, this team is ready to contend for a Super Bowl right now. They have an experienced head coach. They added an explosive wide receiver in Jalen Waddle, and the defense is very good. I don't really see a weakness on this roster. And number 1, the Los Angeles Rams. Can you say star power? Matthew Stafford, Kyren Williams, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Trent McDuffie, and Myles Garrett. They have one of the best coaches in the game, but the big question will be, do they have enough depth? Well, what do you think of the rankings? Let me know who's too high and who's too low. This has been It's Factor Football. Thanks for watching.